Don't be deterred, little guy.
We fly out of the gate with highlights from the Sunday Nighter because it was a wild one. Seahawks and Cards. Arizona hasn't beaten Seattle at home since 2012. Seahawks undefeated going in. Kyler Murray looking to spark his offense, looking for DeAndre Hopkins, keeps his feet in bounds to the score. He actually smiles when he sees him so open. Hopkins entered, leading the NFL in receiving yards. Second quarter, 1st and goal for Seattle. Russell Wilson looking for his second touchdown of the game.
For 155 yards. He's connected on with 6 different receivers, and this time he lost one and it's picked off at the goal line. That's Buda Baker. Buda Baker out in front. Can Metcalf track him down? Can he chase him down? And he does to save a touchdown.
DK Metcalf clocked at 36 kilometers an hour, chases down Buda Baker. Arizona didn't score on the ensuing possession.
Crazy.
Same quarter. Wilson this time launches a 47-yarder to Lockett. Their second touchdown hookup of the game. Seahawks in control. No way they're going to lose this game. They're up 27-14. Seattle had 377 yards in the first half. Fourth quarter, 4th and 2, Wilson and Lockett. They're going for the hat trick. And Lockett keeps his feet in bounds. Originally called a touchdown and then ruled incomplete. Pete Carroll challenged and it was reversed back to a touchdown. Seattle with a 10-point lead. Under 30 seconds to play. Arizona down 3. Murray. Nice job. Spots Christian Kirk on the sidelines. Gets the Cards in field goal range, and Zane Gonzalez drills a 44-yarder to tie it and send this game to overtime. Seattle didn't score with the first possession, had to punt it to Arizona. Cards only needing a field goal to win. Chase Edmonds takes the handoff, goes 32 yards, so they're in field goal range. Pete Carroll burns a timeout to freeze Zane Gonzalez. So Gonzalez on the second attempt, by the way, he made the one where they froze him, 41 yards, and it's no good. The game remains tied. Seattle trying to drive up the field. Wilson is intercepted for a 3rd time in the game. He's got 6 interceptions on the season. He had 5 all last year. So a chance at redemption for Gonzalez. This time from 48 yards. Got it. Cards, first and only lead of the game as the Seattle Seahawks are undefeated no more. Arizona improving to 5-2 as we say hello and welcome to SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. There is a Dan. Jay's off, taking an October vacation, which is what you do now in 2020.
Sure, why not?
A stay-at-home vacation. So Natasha's here all week.
I am. We will have lots of football to get to, but we have to get to the World Series, of course, first, Dan. Game 4 was wild. Here we are now in a pivotal Game 5, and a lot of pressure, maybe attention now back to Clayton Kershaw getting the start for LA.
Clayton Kershaw, he's been great in the postseason. Before, we've always talked about how horrible he's been in the playoffs. Not this time around. It is Game 5. Dodgers and Rays World Series. Already up 2-0 in the second. The Dodgers at the dish. Jock Peterson takes Tyler Glasnow deep to left center. Dodgers are up 3-0. Clayton Kershaw making his 2nd start of the World Series. Went 6 innings. Allowed just 1 earned in Game 1. The lead cut to 2. Randy Arozarena was after a curveball. And that's into left. Plates a runner. That's Arozarena's 27th hit this postseason, setting a new single postseason record. Cuts the Dodgers lead to 1. In the 4th, Rays have runners on the corners. And Kershaw goes to the curve and gets Willie Adames for out number 2. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Finished with 6, passing Justin Verlander for most career postseason strikeouts, 207. Kershaw not yet out of the inning, and the Rays go to the trickery department. Manny Margot tried to catch Kershaw in his unique windup, didn't work. Kershaw gets the ball home in time, gets himself out of the jam. A pivotal play. You might call it the TSN turning point. Went 5 2/3, left in line for the win. Still up 1. Max Muncy. Yeah, he did. Santa Maria. Bad flip. His 3rd home run of the postseason. Muncy and Bellinger keeping the reaction in check. Don't want to dislocate any shoulders. Dodgers have a 4-2 lead in the 9th. Dave Roberts bringing in Blake Treinen to close instead of Kenley Jansen, who was charged with blown save in Game 4 and giving up a leadoff single. Treinen fans Austin Meadows for out number 1. Jansen, of course, he's in improvement. In improvement? Sure. I think he knew what I meant. Trying to get Willie Thomas chasing to end it. Kershaw earns his 2nd win of the World Series, and the Dodgers are a win away from a World Series title. This is the 8th time in franchise history the Dodgers have taken a 3-2 lead in the best of 7. They're 6-1 in the previous 7. The only loss coming in the 1952 World Series, a World Series that producer Tim was in attendance for. So Clayton Kershaw's been great in his 2 World Series starts. ERA .231, go along with a strikeout to walk ratio of nearly 3-1. With a potential Game 7 scheduled for Wednesday, Kershaw could potentially be available for work if needed, as all hands will be on deck. If it gets to a Game 7, Dodgers will try to ensure that does not happen.
We go now to a massive matchup between the undefeated Steelers and undefeated Titans. This is just the 2nd time in franchise history that Pittsburgh has opened a season 5-0. And while they jumped out to an early lead in the game, boy, did the Titans make it interesting down the stretch here. The last 2 unbeaten teams in the AFC, just the 8th matchup in NFL history between 2 teams 5-0 or better. 2nd quarter, Ben Roethlisberger hits Deontay Johnson, makes a great move and scores his 2nd TD of the game. It's 24-7 for Pittsburgh. 3rd quarter, Titans now within 20, looking to cut that lead even further. The Titans had 83 total yards in the first half. They add another 73 here as A.J. Brown races to the end zone untouched. It is 27-14. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Titans now within 10. Derrick Henry at the goal line. He's over the pile, and the Titans cut that lead down to just 3. After the Steelers had to punt, we go to Ryan Tannehill, who has led a league-best 4 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime this season. Less than a minute to go. Tennessee on the edge of field goal range. Tannehill connects with Corey Davis, setting them up nicely inside the 30. 2 plays later, Steven Gostkowski comes out for the game-time field goal. Gostkowski is last in the league in field goal percentage this season. He has a 45-yarder here to tie it, and he sends it wide right. Gostkowski now 5 for 11 on field goals under 50 yards this season. That is the worst rate in the NFL. Roethlisberger cannot believe it as the Titans comeback falls just short. They lose by 3.
Browns and Bengals. Browns blown out by Pittsburgh last week. Baker Mayfield's first pass attempt intended for Odell Beckham Jr. intercepted. Beckham Jr. goes down awkwardly on the play, favoring his knee. He walked off the field on his own, but did not return to this football game. By the way, 9,732 fans allowed in Cincinnati for this one. Beckham Jr. is going to have an MRI Monday. Early reports say he's going to be out for a bit. Tied at 10 in the 2nd, rookie QB Joe Burrow to Tyler Boyd. As Burrow's parents, his girlfriend, signaling touchdown. Burrow with a career-high 20 first-half completions since the up 7. 3rd quarter, Mayfield finds Harrison Bryant in the end zone. One of 2 touchdowns for Bryant. Mayfield had a slow start to this game and really picked it up. Down 3 in the 4th. Mayfield finds another tight end, David Njoku. Browns have the lead. Very next Bengals drive, Burrow to fellow rookie T. Higgins. Spins his way around 3 defenders. Bengals back on top. After the teams exchange touchdowns, Browns down 3, no timeouts left. Mayfield deep for Rashard Higgins. And Higgins stretches out and makes the play, a 30-yard gain.
Miraculous catch by Higgins.
A couple plays later. That's right. Mayfield hooks up with Donovan Peoples-Jones. Mayfield's 5th touchdown pass of the day. 5th. LeBron even tweeting about the passing catch. Burrow and the Bengals with one last chance, down by 3 in the 9 seconds, 58 yards to the end zone. Hail Mary. is not going to work. Burrow threw for a career-high 406 yards in a loss as the Browns win. As I said, it looks like he might be out for a bit. MRI will be before Monday on Odell Beckham Jr. Baker Mayfield, bad start, and then completed 95.6% of his passes and threw for 5 touchdowns without an interception the rest of the way. So if someone ever had their doubts as to why Tom Brady, what he meant to the New England Patriots, those doubts are out the window like salad bars, as the Patriots, without NTB, that's no Tom Brady, are not a good football team. So was it all Tom all along? Oh, and on Sunday, the Patriots played the quarterback they traded 3 years ago, the guy that would have been leading New England right now. Jimmy Garoppolo played in 17 games over 3 seasons in New England. Opening drive, Jimmy G fights his way for a first down. Garoppolo rushed for, in his Patriots career, 10 yards. That extends the drive for San Francisco. They're in the red zone. Garoppolo hits Deebo Samuel, lowers the shoulder. That led to a touchdown. First time in 32 weeks a visitor has scored on their opening drive at Gillette. Okay, let's look at the guy who is at the helm for the Patriots, Cam Newton. It is not going well. Intercepted by Fred Warner. First of 2 picks for Newton in the half. This one led to a Niners touchdown. San Francisco with the lead. Third quarter, they're up 23-6. Garoppolo deep to Brandon Ayuk. Over the shoulder catch. Garoppolo threw for 278 yards in his return to Gillette Stadium. Next play, handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr. It's his 3rd of the day. Wilson, the first Niner to run for 3 touchdowns on the road in 32 years. But injured his ankle in the process, left the game, did not return. Next Pats drive, Newton looking for Julian Edelman. Ball's deflected, picked by Jamar Taylor. Newton's 3rd pick of the game. He was benched in the 4th quarter. He completed just 9 of 15 passes as Garoppolo hands the Pats their worst home loss in the Belichick era and fall to 2-4.
All right, when Michael Schumacher won his 91st Grand Prix, he set a record thought to be untouchable. After all, he smashed the old one, 51 victories held by Alain Prost. But then along came Lewis Hamilton, who picked up his first win in 2007 in Canada, and Sunday had a chance to make history in Portugal. Hamilton has won 35% of his races during his F1 career. No other driver has more than 53 wins, so Schumacher will likely hold on to the number 2 spot for a while. 70 of his 92 wins have come since the start of the 2014 season, almost 53% of the total races run over the last 7 seasons. Still to come, already without Dak. The Cowboys lose Andy Dalton to a cheap shot, but could they rally to beat Washington? We are back with the Bucs and Raiders after beating Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes. Las Vegas can become the first team to beat 3 Super Bowl MVP quarterbacks in the first 6 games of the season. 10-7 Raiders in the second on play action. Tom Brady finds Rob Gronkowski in the red zone for 26 yards. He gets drilled at the 5-yard line, but manages to hang on. 2 plays later, Brady to Gronk, again in tight coverage. It's the 92nd career touchdown between the two, tying Steve Young and Jerry Rice for 2nd most all time. Bucs go up 14-10. Moments before the half, Brady delivers one more blow. The 3-time MVP uncorking an absolute dime to Scotty Miller in the back corner of the end zone. Brady had 204 yards and 3 total touchdowns in the first half. Bucs up 21-10 at the break. Let's go to the 4th with the Raiders within 4. Brady rolls right, eventually hits Chris Godwin in the end zone. Some nice footwork by Godwin to get those 2 feet in bounds. Brady's 3rd TD pass of the game makes it 31-20. Then with less than 5 to play, on 3rd and goal, Brady finds Tyler Johnson over the middle. Brady's 559th career touchdown pass, overtaking Breeze for most all time. He tied a season high with 369 yards, 5 total touchdowns as the Bucks win big. Now Brady is having a lot more success in Tampa Bay than his replacements in New England this season. Brady has 18 passing TDs to the Patriots 3, and he's also thrown 7 fewer INTs than Newton and company, and that's in one more game. Newton is the first Pats QB with no TD passes and multiple interceptions in consecutive games since Drew Bledsoe did it in 1995. Chiefs facing the Broncos, -8 degrees Celsius with blizzards throughout the day in Denver, which seemed to benefit the ground game early on. Chiefs driving here in the first. Clyde Edwards-Helaire takes the handoff before breaking multiple tackles. There he is. Rumbles his way into the end zone. Take another look here. Edwards-Helaire making 6 Broncos defenders miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chiefs out to the early lead. Next KC possession. It's newly acquired Le'Veon Bell with his first carry. Finds a hole en route to a 16-yard gain. Bell rushed 264 times with the Jets. Only one of them was for 16 yards or more. He had 2 such runs in this one. The Chiefs weren't using only their offense to score. Second quarter, Drew Lock is picked off by Daniel Sorensen, who takes it back 50 yards to the house. Nice, easy run for him there. So KC now with an offensive and defensive touchdown after Denver settled for a field goal on their next possession. All that was left was a special teams TD. Byron Pringle with a 102-yard kick return to complete the trifecta. Where is Patrick Mahomes in all this? Right here, fourth quarter, still looking for his first TD. Connects with Tyreek Hill, who manages to stay on his feet before making his way into the end zone. Mahomes extends his NFL-leading touchdown streak to 17 games as the Chiefs improve to 6-1 in convincing fashion.
The Dallas Cowboys this year are, if anything, not boring, but not boring is also a way to describe a clown. Cowboys fans at this point would pay for one game to go by without something happening to their team. That day sure as heck wasn't Sunday, as the Cowboys lost another quarterback, and their coach may have lost the team for good. Taking on the Washington Football Club, Dallas coming off a 38-10 drubbing at the hands of Arizona this week. Their defense gets to face the league's worst offense. Second quarter, Kyle Allen for Terry Thorne, 52-yard touchdown. McLaurin just blowing right by Ron Diggs. It's McLaurin's 15th catch of over 15 yards this season. That is tied for second most in the NFL. Allen completes to Logan Thomas, sheds a tackle, and end zone. Washington scored 22 points in the first half. They hadn't reached that mark in any of their previous 5 games. All games they lost. Let's check on the Dallas offense. Andy Dalton. His pass is off the hands of Ezekiel Elliott and intercepted. Elliott was benched last week after fumbling twice in the first half. Cowboys trailed 22-3 at the half. See, they're allowing fans in the stands in Washington in the third, facing third and long. Dalton takes it up the middle, and this is tough to watch. Takes a vicious helmet-to-helmet hit. Dallas lost Dak Prescott just 2 weeks ago to an ankle injury. Dalton was forced to leave, and it's no surprise he was diagnosed with a concussion. His helmet came off. Bostic was ejected from the game, who delivered the hit. John Bostic. No Cowboys players took exception to the hit, and Mike McCarthy had problems with that. Here we go. Doing the walkover very late in the show.
Here we go.
Yeah. We got some cups waiting for us. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there's some new things going on here.
Hey,
that
we keep things fresh over
you
here.
have to enlighten me about.
Okay. Settled? You good? Okay.
Settled.
We brought a lot of paperwork. It was another busy Sunday in the NFL. Plenty of stories to unpack, so it's time to take a deeper dive. Both Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow filled out the stat sheet on Sunday. Burrow's the first rookie in NFL history to record 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and throw for over 350 passing yards in a game. Mayfield, after starting 0-5 with an interception in the first quarter, went 22 of 23 with 5 passing touchdowns. I can't speak right now. He set a Browns franchise record with 21 straight completions and became the second player in NFL history to throw 3 go-ahead passing touchdowns in the fourth quarter of a game.
As long as you finish strong, then you're pulling off a Baker Mayfield, basically. Rough start, but you finish strong, so you can still redeem yourself.
It's about the same the whole way through. So.
A little up and down.
Yeah.
Bengals defensive end Carlos Dunlap, who wants a trade, posted on Twitter that his house is for sale shortly after Cincinnati loses. Dunlap was seen arguing with coaches after a game-losing TD, then went on Twitter offering up his house for sale. So I guess he's trying to move the process along a little bit with that tweet.
You save realtor fees, I guess.
Sure. I guess you could do that now, can you, on social media? Just advertise your stuff that way?
It's advisable. You probably want to get a lawyer or a realtor involved.
Nah. It is time for Who Delivered, brought to you by McDelivery. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield definitely delivered in this one. After starting 0 for 5 with an interception, Mayfield completed 22 of 23 passes, scoring 5 touchdowns, including this go-ahead score to Donovan Peoples-Jones with 15 seconds left.
Final round of the Zozo Championship from Sherwood Country Club in California. Corey Connors, the Canadian, looking to capture his second PGA Tour win on 9. 5 birdies on the card already. 6 under 30 on the front from the rough on 12. Great touch.
Yeah, second shot, missed the green left.
And then knocked in a short par putt. Connors just 1 top 10 finish last season, and it was at the Zozo when it was played in Japan. Another birdie. Par 5 13th, puts him 3 back. Connors, one of 4 Canadians we're going to see at the Masters in less than 3 weeks. Drains 1 last birdie and posted a final round 66, finished tied for 8th. So he picks up $232,000. Patrick Cantley won this tournament, his 3rd PGA Tour win.
Oh, it's the Jannies. Lions and Falcons. Check out the effort by receiver Kenny Golladay. Leaping up to make that grab, takes the huge hit, and still hangs on literally with his fingertips.
Seahawks and Cards in the wild Sunday nighter. Kyler Murray finds Larry Fitzgerald. Short gain, but it's significant. That's Fitzgerald's 1,400th career reception. Only Jerry Rice has more. Wild play. Clayton Kershaw is a really strange windup, and then Manny Margot thought he'd try catch him by stealing home. Did not work out. As Kershaw guns him out at home.
Steelers and Titans. Ryan Tannehill passes it over the middle. Corey Davis tips it. Check out the effort by Adam Humphries following the play.
Wow.
Great reaction.
Bucks and Raiders, Tom Brady. Back of the end zone, and Scotty Miller. Wow, over the shoulder catch. It's good as Brady and the Bucks win again.
Seattle and Arizona. This was an awesome game. First play of the game, Russell Wilson will place this ball perfectly into the hands of Tyler Lockett. That is a good catch right there.
And back to Tennessee, James Conner carries, gets hit and fumbles. Pittsburgh recovered. Bottom left of your screen, Canadian Chase Claypool taps the defender. Claypool, he only had 1 catch, and it was for negative yards.
No, he was a little bit quiet tonight.
Well, they're putting the best on him now.
For sure. Yeah, they're on to him now.
Whenever I see his name, and I've said it on the show before, that's just an NFL name.
For sure.
Chase Claypool.
He fits right in there, right?
That's right, sure does. Steelers' only undefeated team left. Highlight of the night. It's coming up. Worst play of the day. We're going to Denver, where there was a snow game. Melvin Gordon and Drew Lock try to pull off the flea flicker. Gordon airmails the toss back to Lock. Yeah, so they had blizzards throughout the day, I guess, in Denver?
Yeah, it looks nasty.
Yeah. It's that time of year, I guess.
It sure is. Highlight of the night, back to the desert. Russell Wilson drops back, throws the interception to Buda Baker, who is gone. Or is he? Check out the hustle from DK Metcalf. This is ridiculous. As he chases Baker down, Metcalf covers 90 yards in that run. Seattle would stop Arizona on 4th down on the ensuing drive. So DK Metcalf here.
You blew it. We point out our errors. You struggled with Bill safety Micah Hyde's name. You said McKay.
I sure did. Yeah.
Mackay. You said Mackay.
The second I said it, I was like, that's not right.
You say Mackay. I say Micah. I blew it. I struggled reading Joe Burrow's stat line from Sunday. He's the first rookie in NFL history to record 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and throw for over 350 passing yards in a game. See?
There were a lot of numbers in that sentence. I remember you were kind of going off track and you just couldn't get the train back on.
We will be better next. You're here all week.
I am here all week. Monday's going to be great.
Passing touchdowns. I can't speak.